Cowboys fans. Normally in my videos, pre and post game, especially talking about the post game, I normally do a play-by-play post game where I go through all the big plays of the game. Considering the fact that Dallas did not even score today, I'm going to opt to not do that. Instead, I'm going to talk about the issues that the Cowboys have, in my opinion, and where they're going wrong. First of all, let's look at the positives, okay? Well, before we go into the positives, let's go back to last week. In my last video, after we played the Eagles, I said to all the fans, don't get overly excited. You know, look at who they played in the Eagles. A team that's had 16 different defensive backs in this year. So they're hurting very, very badly, the Eagles are, on defense. So you can't come out with a victory against a struggling defense and then come into the next game not prepared. And obviously Dallas was not prepared for this game. Obviously the discipline was not there because of all the penalties. We'll get into that momentarily. Let's talk about the positives. There wasn't a whole lot of positives. The one I can speak of is Zeke Elliott cutting through the line, some really good pounding runs up the middle, bounced one outside for almost 30 yards. Zeke is doing his job, and he's the hot spot on the offense, no doubt about it. He's the backbone at the moment. It's not Dak Prescott. It's Zeke Elliott. He is the constant. You can rest assured he's going to, gain some yards on the ground. Dak still not looking comfortable. One of the things that I saw from him in this game, he would just stay in the pocket. He would stay in the same position. There was no scrambling, no trying to evade. He would just stand right there in the pocket. And he got taken, quite a bit by this defense. You gotta be able to throw on the run. You gotta be able to elude. You gotta be able to move around back there in that pocket. You can't just stand in one position and wait for somebody to get open. You just, this is the NFL we're talking about. This is not college ball. Even in college now, look at the Texas Longhorns with Sam Ehlinger. The guy's all over the place. You have to be, as a quarterback, you have to be able to move around in that pocket and evade those defenders. They're too quick. So that being said about Prescott, also with Dak, we saw a lot of bad short passes, coming up short, just short little lobs, passes that you throw in the backyard, not being able to get them to the receivers. Honestly, with the offense, I think we need one more receiver. We've got Amari Cooper at the tight end position. I believe it's coming around. Jarwin is looking really good. I see great things in the future with him. I think he's really going to become something good, something special. Cole Beasley, he's that check down receiver. He's not somebody that's going to run just straight to the goal line and be able to catch a pass unless he's outrunning a guy and you can throw it up over him. But or a short post maybe. But he doesn't have a lot of touchdown receptions, and that's got a lot to do with his height. He just can't get a jump ball against some of these larger cornerbacks and safeties. So honestly, in my opinion, we need another big receiver. 6'4", somewhere around in that range. Somebody with some speed, some height. We need another target at wide receiver. And Dak has got to come around, and what's going to start to help that happen is the offensive line. The offensive line, and I've said this, and I said it in my last video, the offensive line is just not containing that defense that's coming at them. They're making holes for Zeke, but let's face it, Zeke gets a lot of yards after the catch, so he'll find his own hole. The offensive line has got to hold on those pass plays, has got to protect, push guys to the outside, and allow Dak time in the pocket, And with that being said, Dak just can't get comfortable in the pocket. When he does have protection, he's got to be able to move side to side by himself sometime to find that open receiver. So the defense, they were kind of spurty today. We had good moments and a whole lot of bad. All the way around the team today with penalties, they just kept shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over and over. And that just comes down to discipline. And at this level, NFL level, you cannot do that. You got to stay disciplined. All the holding penalties, that just kills your offense, especially when you're already behind. You cannot continue to shoot your own self in the foot like that. And they did that today quite a few times. This game was just plagued by flag after flag after flag. So we got Zeke Elliott, and that's the one positive. Good yards on the ground today. Dak Prescott's got to snap out of this funk, man, and the offensive line has got to help him do that. And by the offensive line standing their ground and protecting him, I think that'll give him some confidence. And honestly, I don't think he's got a lot of confidence right now. He's got Amari Cooper, but other than that, he's got a newer tight end, a guy that he's not too familiar with, and he's got Beasley, who's limited as to what kind of runs, what kind of plays, I should say, you can call for him. A lot of his stuff is over the middle, short to medium range. You're not going to send him out, straight to the end zone, like I said earlier. He just, unless you can get the ball out in front of him. So I think we need another receiver, no doubt about it. I don't see them getting the offense clicking without somebody else either stepping up or Jerry Jones going out and finding us another receiver, because I just don't think we're there yet on offense. Defenses, they looked really good up until this game against the Colts. Don't really know what happened there with the breakdown, but part of the problem was they were on the field so much. When you're out there just, all those minutes on the field, you begin to wear down. And the Colts offense was able to do enough to tire out that defense. So with that being said, it's just a horrible day today for Dallas. Just a horrible look today for the team. And we move on next week, and I'm going to do a post game on that as well. We're going to go on to face the Bucs next week. I do think, beyond the shadow of a doubt, we can beat them, and but we're going to have to maintain some discipline all the way around the board. We're going to have some discipline. We're going to have to get the job done against the Bucs next week. Yeah, we can win the division, but who wants to win it barely? Let's win these last two games, and we got to get something rolling on offense. Offense is just not clicking right now the way that they need to, especially if you're gonna try to be a contender in the playoffs. So we got to get some things going on offense, no doubt about it. Defense, you got to regroup. We got to come back. We got to play some ball on defense. Defensive takeaways are going to be big. Got to have some more fumbles. Got to get some more interceptions, things like that. But then, it's deflating to a defense when you're able to do that. Ball goes over to your offense. The offense can't do nothing. It's very deflating to a defense, to a team as a whole, when your offense when your offense is not consistent enough to continuously move the ball. I'm sick and tired of seeing Dallas get a bunch of field goals. And for years, for me, that's what it feels like it's been. You know, great drive, get down to about the 25, the 20, even inside the red zone field goal. You can't win in the NFL like that. You can't do it, you know. It's been a long time, you know, and I didn't grow up with Roger Staubach. I grew up in the watching Aikman, a little bit of Danny White before that. But it's been a long time since I've seen the Cowboys dominate. You know, nobody talks about that. When's the last time we just I'm talking completely obliterated another team? I'm talking like scored 50, 55 points, you know, just completely dominate. You know, I want to see some shutouts. I want to see some hard hits. I want to see some toughness from this team. You know, I'm a Cowboys fan through and through, but I want to speak the truth. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. Bottom line, this team needs more toughness. Okay, America's team, you can say whatever you want. Bottom line, this team needs to wake up and needs to play some ball all the way around. And at the end of the day, it doesn't, you know, records don't matter. It's who wants it bad enough. You or the guy across from you. If you want it more than that guy, then you're going to go out and you're going to bleed, you're going to sweat, and you're going to grit your teeth, and you're going to grind it out, and you're going to get the job done. If you got to go out as a team and play and bleed and fight, then you might as well come out with a win. And you know, I wish, I want to see I want to see some anger out of these guys. I want to see some unity. I want to see these guys, and these guys have been meshing together pretty well. Jarwin at tight end, I'm really impressed with him in the absence. You know, Witten going into retirement. I really see Jarwin continuing to mold into that tight end that we need him to be. But we need one more receiver. You know, Beasley can't do it. You know, he's that guy that you go to get the first down across the middle. You can't trust that he'll be able to fend off a defender that's far taller than him. You know, Beasley's only about 5'7", 5'8", going up against a 6'4" defender. That's just not going to work out too well for him. You know, the guy's got great speed, no doubt about it. He's really molded himself into that check down receiver position. And that's not a bad thing. We need him to continue doing what he's doing. But we need another big man, another go-to receiver in the end zone, down in the red zone area, somebody that we can hit. Because we don't have the weapons. You know, people say, well, we got the receivers. No, we don't. We got a tight end that's pretty much new, molding into his position. We got Cooper. We got Beasley. You know, really don't have that other guy. And that's what we need. Offensive line, like I say, has got to step it up too. And Dak's got to, I don't know what he needs to find, what he needs to do to find that magic he had in his rookie year. But it's just not there. But then again, go back and watch. Look at that offensive line that he had. They gave him all the time in the world to throw the ball. So anybody back there would have been comfortable in the pocket with an offensive line like what he had that year. So we've got to bring it together. The whole team entirely. Defense just needs to regroup. I just think they had a really bad day. But the offense has got to get clicking. So as always, thank you for watching this video. Comment below. Tell me what you guys think. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'm going to continue to do this throughout the remainder of the season. Also, Texas Longhorns fans, you can come to my page. I'm going to be doing a pregame on the Longhorns game with Georgia. Hook 'em Horns. Horns on Saturday, Cowboys on Sunday. So, but anyway, yeah, they're going to be playing Georgia. So you guys can watch my page and, keep track and see my pregame on Georgia. That's going to be a really good game, I think. But anyway, this was a bad day for Dallas. Hopefully we'll have a better game next week against the Bucs. So, thank you guys for watching. This is Righteous Redneck. You guys take it easy. Have a good week.